How do you think Vancouver's drag king scene has changed?
We have green rooms now.
I don't feel qualified to answer that one.
I haven't been watching shows for very long, only like 2 or 3 years.
I think I also started dating a drag king at the same time as the scene has been changing a lot.
I felt like there's been more of an uprising of kings, kind of, and it's been amazing.
I feel there's more kings and more drag performers in general that blur the lines between gender.
A lot of newer performers in small spaces, which is fun.
But I definitely see a new era of confidence with the wave of drag kings.
I was watching stuff that was like back in like 2008, I think, and it was wild because I feel like Vancouver has always had this like rich drag king history, and it's such like a special moment in time, in society.
People who need to be taking up more space are taking that space.
Grown. The quality of the drag over the last like 6 years has like increased like really dramatically.
It's become a lot more vibrant.
But I feel like the scale is expanding and the shows seem to be well attended.
COVID gave lots of people opportunities, the permission to sort of explore themselves. So I think post-COVID we definitely have a drag boom, but in particular lots of kings are coming out, which we love.
Presence of drag kings in more shows, and instead of them just being like a token thing of the night.
I've only been in the scene actively for a couple years now, so I can't speak for how it was, sort of before I started.
I've been to a lot of man-up shows. I started going, I think, in 2019.
Improved.
I think with there being more drag kings, I think a lot of the drag kings have been able to support each other in like art, and
I think there's still a lot of ways that we can push and disrupt the existing systems.
Davie Street used to be just a queen-only space, and it is wonderful to be seeing not only kings, but non-binary people.
More drag kings of color. I felt like I was different than other people when it came to like my racial identity, so over the years, I've seen a lot more diversity as a whole.
We're finally seeing a lot more representation in drag kings and drag things in terms of gender expression and culture as well.
Oh, shout out to all the drag kings with tits. I'm like in awe of many because I'm happy mine are no longer there. But it's amazing to see, and it's for a lot of people, I think, who are pre-top surgery or not necessarily wanting that for themselves, I think it's really empowering to see that body diversity as well.
I think it's grown exponentially.
Better.
But from what I've heard, it has expanded a lot since then, and I've seen it expand since I started.
What do you think created that change and that growth of community?
You, silly.
Scam. Hi. I'm not like trying to suck up or anything, but it's true.
You, not you individually, but everybody at Longwood Kings. Also the people who have just recently come on.
I definitely saw a big jump since you launched king size and everything, seeing so much more just visibility and people in the scenes.
Long Live Kings has made drag kinging respectable in Vancouver.
I think specifically after Kingfisher's death, it became a lot more community minded.
A big part of that was the passing of Kingfisher and just really uniting the community.
I first started watching drag. I think the person that really stood out to me, rest in peace, is Kingfisher. And when I saw Kingfisher perform, I was so gagged. I wanted to see more of that.
When I started, we were doing drag at a long closed bar called Lick of Legend. And yes, we were changing in the back stairwell.
I would say Vancouver has had a thriving drag king scene compared to other cities, because of Man Up and Man Up's influence as being not only the longest running drag show, but kind of the standard of the best drag show that's been going on in the city.
When Man Up was born at the end of the Lick era, and then Ponyboy finding different places to continue that show. And it's really amazing to see how that has managed to continue until the present day, whether it was at the Astoria or the Cobalt, the Warehouse, and finally here at the Birdhouse.
Ponyboy was first performing, when Owen was first performing, they like laid the groundwork for new performers to come in. And now with Long Live, like King Sized and the magical work that Skim's doing, it's just bringing the visibility that I think a lot of us, like myself, have been able to access.
The other thing that kind of was a big moment in time when I started, there were a lot of troupes. So I was part of Drag King Vancouver. The Drag King Vancouver was a competition that happened at Club 23.
When I first got onto the scene, it was like an embarrassment of drag kings. They were everywhere. There were troupes, like 2 or 3 troupes. Drag kings were everywhere, and there were competitions going on all the time, different shows all the time.
Kings of Vancouver was the first troupe I was in, and then that split off into DK United and $3 Bill. And then there were other troupes around, like the Black Parade Kings and burlesque that was happening. And so there was lots of different kind of stuff, but it was really kind of group-driven at the time.
As a drag king troupe in Vancouver, our audience were gay men. Gay men absolutely adored us, so that's how we knew we were doing something right.
As the city matured and people got chased out with rents, you lose your community. You lose people who were like, I can't do this, right? And
there wasn't a lot of places to have like a night, right, to have for drag kings. There was 2 places, and then when one drag king troupe that were predominantly at that place, and they faltered, there was nothing to replace it.
There wasn't the availability of places to have shows anymore. Miss T's burned down, and all kinds of tragedies like that happened.
And one of the other things we were able to do is a lot of those groups came together to bring the International Drag King Community Extravaganza to Vancouver in 2007.
Internationally came here. So all of us came up. I now have friends from Brazil. I have friends from Germany. I have friends from Ireland that I see every year, comes to see me specific. I think that was the biggest thing ever.
But as far as the drag scene now, I'm old. I don't get out that much, but it seems as though it's burgeoning again, with a lot of different drag kings doing different things, and it's exciting. It's wonderful to see how it's blossomed.
I think you know what it is.
Yeah, it's Tony Latour's drag king project.
Oh, I'm going to turn it around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And show the camera too.
Okay.
Whoa. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You're so hot.
There was 3 troupes that were filmed during this time. So, and that was a very cool time to be a drag king, because it was 3 different troupes that were very different. And so you had dance troupes, and then you had old school troupes like we were, but we fit a mold that our youngest member was 19 and our oldest member was in his 50s. So whenever we went anywhere, somebody in the audience would find somebody hot or whatever, right? So, but what was interesting about this one, the 3 troupes, and then Art Gallery of Surrey bought 3, and they happened to be $3 bill. So I find that